ask you, who had the best season in Major League Baseball as a pitcher? Because it's a weird thing because the Cy Young Award, I guess it's only for starters because they do have the Rolaids Relief Award, which is for the best reliever, and that would be to Zach Britton in the American League. But I was going to ask you, and I want you to think for a second, stop and think and take a breath and go, who's the best pitcher in the American League? Right? National League, it was Kershaw, then he got hurt, and then it was Scherzer. By the way, Max Scherzer is your National League Cy Young Award winner last night. Only 6 other pitchers, I believe, have ever won Cy Young Awards in both leagues. But in modern-day baseball, when it happens, doesn't that make him a surefire first-ballot Hall of Famer, right? Like, we're not going to see 300-win pitchers, nor do we care about wins nearly as much as we used to. Except, I guess, in the case of Rick Porcello, who won the American League. But anyway, we don't care as much about wins, do we? So if we're not going to see 300-win pitchers, we care about ERA and we care about WAR. And if you win the Cy Young Award in the National and then the American League, you probably had, if not the best, among the best, WAR and ERA. Like, am I crazy to think that Max Scherzer yesterday, forget about being named NL Cy Young Award winner, he put himself on a fast track to the Hall of Fame? That's not crazy, is it? Like I don't even know if he has to pitch anymore to be in the Hall of Fame. Like, he did it. I mean, like, well, he's like this idea that somehow he has to pitch like 5 more years. Like, he was the best pitcher in the American League, then he's the best pitcher in the National League. Like, how many? I hate we always, or at least I always, take shots at guys who just accumulate stats. Yeah, would you rather have Craig Biggio, who's really good, but was never the best player in either league? He played a bunch of positions. He was never the best player at any position he played. Outside of that, he was a surefire. He was a Hall of Famer, right? Isn't it better to be he was the best pitcher in the American National League. Anyway, so I was driving home last night, and all of a sudden, my phone starts buzzing. And what I try and do, I got to be honest, like, I'm trying to be a better Doug, better dad, better human being. I'm trying to keep my cell phone in my center console. Okay? And calls, I get the cool Bluetooth thingy, right, that everybody has. Which, when you first got it, you were like, dude, I'm the richest guy in America, right? Where you can just press a button without your hands ever leaving your steering wheel. And now, like, Daewoo's have that. Let's just be honest. Everybody's got a Bluetooth. You're not that cool, dude, right? So I press the button, and I'm talking to a buddy of mine. He's like, did you see what Kate Upton just tweeted? I was like, hey, I'm trying to do a good job. I'm not on Twitter. I'm keeping my phone inside. He's like, do you got to see it? I was like, can you just tell me? And here's what we'll do on TV. I believe we have like an edited version, Kate Upton saying, hey, at MLB, I thought I was the only person allowed to F blank, 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 blank at Justin Verlander. What, 2 writers didn't have him on their ballot? Question mark. But when my buddy said it to me, it sounded a lot less sexy. It really did. But I was like, ooh. And then I stopped and I took a breath and I was like, wait, Justin Verlander should be the Cy Young Award winner? I'm not going to lie to you. Like, I really had to stop and take a breath and think about it. Corey Kluber had an outstanding year. His ERA was slightly higher. His WAR was slightly lower. And he pitched 12 fewer innings. If it was my ballot, I would put Corey Kluber in. And let me explain why. All right? And I'm going to contradict myself, and I'm knowingly going to contradict myself when I tell you who should win the AL and ML MVP. Okay? But again, it's okay to be a hypocrite. What it's not okay to be is that you're denying that you're a hypocrite. Okay? I'm going to paint the picture for you of why I'm allowed to be hypocritical. Justin Verlander dropped his ERA. How many points the last 2 starts? He allowed one earned run in the last 14 innings he pitched. He was out incredible. Matter of fact, one guy who left him off his ballot turned it in early because he's like, it's over. It's over. So he dropped his ERA 0.1 something or other, which would have put him above Corey Kluber. His last 2 starts, 14 innings pitched, 1 earned run. My point is this. What we know about baseball is a couple of things. When the rosters expand, it's usually easier for the starting pitcher, right? Stands to reason you're pitching against rummies. Additionally, Justin Verlander was on a team that was not competitive for the playoffs, right? Like, Detroit wasn't in a playoff hunt at the end of the season. Sort of, kind of. I don't know. Did they go to the last week of the season? That's right. They did have a chance to force the double playoff. Okay, but he also had Michael Fulmer, who, I don't know if you guys know, like, Michael Fulmer had a great year this year. So he had some help in his starting rotation, as opposed to Corey Kluber, who was pitching for the best. They were pitching for the best record in the American League. They end up with the second best record, and they lost their second and third best starter. So again, by my estimation, the games mattered as much or more for the Cleveland Indians, and there was more importance thrust on Corey Kluber's shoulders. And frankly, I thought that Corey Kluber didn't rack up as good a numbers at the end of the season against the rummies of the world that Justin Verlander did. My rosters expand, September call-ups. I would give a slight edge because of all of that weight to Corey Kluber. The other guy I would really consider is Zach Britton. I know his WAR's not as high. His ERA is .54. He had 4 earned runs the entire year. They, too, were a playoff team. Granted, I know you didn't see him in the playoffs. That's a whole different story. But I understand the Zach Britton thing is like he might have been the best pitcher, but he's a reliever. So if you want to tell me, hey, I can't vote for Britton because he's a reliever, they have a Rolaids award, I'm okay with that. Me, I would have put Kluber, I would have put Britton, then I would put Verlander. I frankly didn't know, because Verlander once again got off to a slow start, I didn't know he finished with that type of finishing kick. I didn't. Which brings me to that tweet. I have long said, and I will stand by this, that Major League Baseball is making a huge mistake. Nobody cares about baseball right now. You're like, Doug, you're talking about baseball for the last 10 minutes and 15 seconds. This is true. Yeah, I'm trying to make you care about baseball because I find this tweet to be hilarious. I also find it to be a parallel to a tweet which another player's wife tweeted going back to last week. I'll get to that in a second. Major League Baseball should announce this during the playoffs, should award these players during the playoffs, because most of us who aren't true hardcore baseball fans didn't know they existed until last night when Kate Upton tweeted what she tweeted, which made her much sexier than those nude photos with her and Justin Verlander that somebody found a way to download off of her phone. So here's the thing. It's really close. Rick Porcello, I guess because of wins, because he was the Red Sox, like he becomes, it's like the Electoral College, right? Like technically he won, even though Verlander had way more first place votes. So this is a flaw that we should have seen coming. At some point, somebody's going to lose a Heisman Trophy with the exact same sort of voting process. I don't understand the need to say who finished second, third, fourth. Like, why does that matter? Who's the best? Who had the best season pitching in baseball? That's you. It should be one. You should write in one name. That's it. But for whatever reason, we have the need for participation trophies even in baseball. Well, you got second in the balloting and third in the ballot. Like, so what? You can still do second, third, and fourth based upon whose name, the other names that appear in a ballot.